A lot of people are asking me about, hey, Kevin, what do you think about this new SpaceX risk disclosure that Elon may have potential involvement with politics in the future? Okay, this is something that you have to know about risk disclosures with this whole SpaceX Elon Musk thing. Is first of all, I think the media is totally misleading people on this. Like the headline here is SpaceX warns investor Elon Musk could return to US politics, Bloomberg reports. This is total fear mongering to suggest that, oh, Elon's gonna come back somehow, like he's gonna, run for president or whatever is the implication here, right? We know he was born in South Africa with Obama. I mean, with others. And what's I guess it was Kenya actually. The joke didn't work anyway. But what we ought to know here is any company that you look at a 10K for is going to have an extreme list of risk factors, and they are designed to be CYA. I've worked with attorneys for a long time on crafting risk disclosures and what to mention, what. You pretty much, the way you have to look at it is anything that possibly could happen, you want to be able to point to and say, we told you. That's the whole point of risk disclosures. So this update to risk disclosures that, hey, Elon's exposed to things like Department of Governmental Efficiency. That means some of his time could be spent over there, which could be a distraction. The whole point is really for them to say, like, if you sue us in the future because you're mad that Elon is somewhat, even talking to somebody related to politics, and all of a sudden that led us to lose a contract, we told you, politics could lead that to happen. That's what it is. I see it more as a CYA than I see it as an indicator. Like, I don't think a risk disclosure is a leading indicator that somebody's going to do something. In fact, if you look at, for example, like the house hack risk disclosures, they say things like, hey, Kevin ran for governor in the past. He could run again. Politics could positively or negatively affect a company. This is a risk. Like, those are things you put in there. And so somebody like this same headline would be just like somebody making an article going, Kevin put in the house hack risk disclosures that he could run for governor. And then they run the headline, Kevin's running for governor. It's like, no, we're not. That's not the plan. Yeah, is that a risk disclosure? Of course, because, what if you wake up in 3 weeks and you change your mind, right? So the point of this is really just to say, though, a risk disclosure is a really bad leading indicator of what a company wants to do. And it's much more of a CYA tool than anything else. And again, you could look at this at any company. So go to like investor relations. Let's just pick a big one. Go to investor relations, NVIDIA. Go to, you need to get an annual report. So let's grab an annual here I just grabbed their last annual report. Their fiscal 25. You got to get past all their marketing. And then you got to get to, it's usually under, okay, well, here's more of their business overview marketing, proposals and all this good stuff. There's a whole section for risk factors. My goodness, this is all information about the company. But anyway, once you get into the risk factors, some of the things you'll see are just like crazy and like silly. But it's very, very normal. Again, attorneys crafting this stuff. These are all proposals for voting. Fine. Here we go. Here's the business. This is where they make money, how they make money, what their goals are. Usually right after that, you have risk factors. Here you go. Risk factors. So they give them to you in two ways. First, they give you a summary of risk factors, and then they actually go into them in detail. And so you'll see a whole variety of things here. Let's just look at them. Adversarial economic conditions, business disruptions that could hurt us. Okay, these summaries are just such catch-alls. Let's just scroll to one over here. Let's go to, what do we got over here? Delaware law and certificate incorporation agreement with Microsoft could delay, like, what is this? Anti-takeover provisions of the Delaware General Corporate Law may discourage, delay, or prevent change of control. The most random stuff you get into some of these. We have exposure to tax liabilities. No freaking duh. We're subject to stringent and changing privacy and security laws. Okay. Actions to adequately protect our IP could result in substantial costs. Like, if we sue somebody because somebody's leaking our stuff, that could cost us a lot of money. Duh. But they have to say that. Because what if some shareholder gets pissed that they spent a bunch of money on legal expenses, right? So here, what is this? These are all export controls, whatever. So you kind of get the idea. Look at this. Climate change may have a long-term impact to our business. Climate change may increasingly have an adverse impact on our business and our customers. Water and energy availability and reliability where we conduct business is critical. Climate change. Okay, stakeholder groups may find us insufficiently responsive to the implications of climate change. So in other words, people might sue us because of like our involvement in affecting the environment or our ability to respond to changes in the environment. Some of this stuff is just so crazy. Like, who reads this stuff? Nobody. Like, again, it's there for these companies to go, I told you so. And I think as a result of us having now appropriately covered this, the queues are now rocketing.
Why not advertise these things that you told us here? I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.